We start with breaking news out of the tech sector. Tesla and Starlink, two pillars of Elon Musk's business empire, are facing unprecedented challenges as sales falter and global sentiment shifts against the US social media platforms like X are ablaze with claims that a major world leader is spearheading a backlash. While Dogecoin, a cryptocurrency tied to Musk, has crashed below 17 cents. Let's dive into the facts behind the headlines. It's April 24, 2025, and Tesla is grappling with a 71% plunge in first quarter profits, down to $1.1 billion from $3.9 billion a year ago, according to the company's latest earnings report. Demand for Tesla's electric vehicles is under pressure, with U.S. sales dropping 13% year over year per Cox Automotive. In Europe, Tesla's market share has slipped to 11%. As Chinese rival BYD and European brands like Volkswagen gain ground with cheaper tech-advanced models. Adding fuel to the fire, public backlash against Musk's role in the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is taking a toll. Posts on X claim protests in Europe and Canada are driving down Tesla sales, with some users alleging a collapse in demand. While these claims are inconclusive, Tesla's stock has cratered 34% year-to-date, wiping out $300 billion in market value. Starlink, Musk's satellite internet service, is also hitting turbulence. Contracts worth $100 million in Canada, Starlink's second-largest market, were cancelled in March, citing concerns over Musk's influence in U.S. policy. Latin American deals worth $22 billion are reportedly at risk. And Italy is reviewing a $1.6 billion Starlink contract per industry sources. X posts suggest a major world leader, speculated to be a European or Canadian official, is rallying opposition, though no single leader has been confirmed. These aren't just corporate woes, they're a signal of shifting global dynamics. Tesla's gross margins fell to 16.3%, a sign of pricing pressure, while Starlink's growth is stalling in key markets. But what's driving this backlash, and who's leading the charge? Let's take a closer look. The claim that a world leader is turning against the US and targeting Musk's companies is making waves online, but the reality is more complex. Let's examine the international response to Musk's businesses and US policies. Canada, a key market for both Tesla and Starlink, is at the forefront. In March 2025, Canadian officials cancelled $100 million in Starlink contracts for rural broadband, citing national security concerns over Musk's role in U.S. government efficiency cuts. Industry analysts say Canada's move reflects broader unease with U.S. tariffs, which include a 25% levy on Canadian goods. Tesla, which sources 10% of its parts from Canada, faces higher costs, with Bank of America estimating a $500 million hit to its bottom line. In Europe, sentiment is turning sour. The EU's 10% retaliatory tariffs on US goods, including Tesla's, have made the Model Y pricier than local alternatives. Protests at Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory, sparked by Musk's DOGE activities, have disrupted production, with output down 8% in Q1. X posts point to a European leader, possibly German Chancellor Olaf Scholz or EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, as orchestrating a coordinated pushback, but no official has publicly singled out Musk. These claims remain unverified. Latin America is another sore spot. Starlink's $22 billion in potential contracts across Brazil, Mexico, and Argentina are under review, with local media citing Musk's US political ties as a factor. Brazil's telecom regulator has delayed Starlink's expansion, pending a probe into data privacy. While no single world leader has emerged as a spearhead, the collective actions signal a growing resistance to US dominance in tech. To be clear, no one leader is openly turning against the US, but the pattern is unmistakable. Canada, Europe, and Latin America are pushing back on Musk's influence and US policies. Tesla and Starlink are caught in the crossfire, with sales and contracts at stake. But there's another piece to this puzzle: Dogecoin's dramatic dive. Let's go there next. As if Tesla and Starlink's troubles weren't enough, Dogecoin, the cryptocurrency championed by Elon Musk, has taken a nosedive, trading below 17 cents today. Let's unpack what's behind this crypto crash and its ties to Musk's woes. Dogecoin, a meme-based cryptocurrency, has long been tied to Musk's public statements. In 2021, his tweet sent Dogecoin soaring to 68 cents, and Tesla began accepting it for merchandise in 2022. But the coin's volatility is legendary. On April 22, 2025, Dogecoin fell to $0.58, down 20% in a week, as Musk announced he'd step back from Doge to focus on Tesla. The drop coincides with Musk's reduced involvement in the Department of Government Efficiency, which had fueled Dogecoin's rally to $0.40 last November. Ex-post claim investors are dumping Dogecoin due to Tesla's profit plunge and Starlink's contract losses. But market data suggests broader crypto volatility is also at play, with Bitcoin and Ethereum down 5% this week. Musk's April 22nd statement that he'd focus 1 to 2 days a week on Doge did little to calm traders. Dogecoin's price is heavily sentiment-driven, and Musk's influence is a double-edged sword. His step back from Doge and Tesla's 71% profit drop have spooked investors. Add in global backlash against his companies, and you've got a recipe for a sell-off. But Dogecoin's still above its $0.15 support level, so a rebound isn't out of the question if Musk stabilizes Tesla. Analysts like Tran see Dogecoin's dip as tied to Musk's broader challenges, but the crypto market's volatility can't be ignored. Investors are jittery, and the fallout from Tesla and Starlink struggles is amplifying the pain. So, what does this mean for American consumers and the economy? Let's wrap it up. Tesla and Starlink's sales woes, paired with Dogecoin's crash, aren't just headlines. They're hitting American wallets and raising questions about the US tech sector's future. Let's break down the impact. For consumers, Tesla's challenges mean higher prices and fewer choices. The average price of a Tesla Model 3 has risen 5% to $45,000 as tariffs on imported parts increase costs. Used Tesla sales are surging, with a 733% spike in Sell My Tesla searches as owners cash out amid Musk's controversies. Starlink users face uncertainty, with subscription fees up 10% to offset contract losses. Rural Americans, who rely on Starlink for broadband, could see service disruptions if international deals collapse further. The economic ripple effects are significant. Tesla's stock slide has shaved $100 billion off Musk's fortune, and the Nasdaq is down 3% this month, partly due to tech sector fears. Dogecoin's drop is hitting retail investors, with 60% of holders underwater per coin market cap. The broader concern: if global pushback against US tech intensifies, companies like Apple and Microsoft could face similar pressures, threatening US economic leadership. Looking ahead, Musk's next moves are critical. He's vowed to refocus on Tesla, with plans to cut costs and boost production of the Cybertruck. Starlink is pitching new contracts in Asia to offset losses, but geopolitical tensions remain a hurdle. Dogecoin's fate hinges on Musk's ability to restore confidence, but analysts warn it could test $0.15 if selling continues. The US tech sector is at a crossroads, and the world is watching. That's tonight's lead story on US Updates. Tesla and Starlink are reeling, Dogecoin's in freefall, and global pushback is testing America's tech dominance. We want your perspective. Are you worried about Tesla's future? Have you sold your Dogecoin? Drop your comments below, and make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for the latest from US Updates.